My name is Tom Arnold. I'm chair of the Task Force on Rural Africa established by the European Commission. The task force was established by the European Commission, but very much in collaboration with the African Union. So we expect that what we recommend will be taken seriously both by the African Union and by the European Commission. Our key focus is on the need to create enough jobs in Africa for the very rapidly increasing labour force. We know that at the moment 20 million people, young people, are coming into the labour force in Africa every year. By 2030, it'll be 30 million. So there's a major challenge on governments and political leaders to create enough jobs to meet that increase in the labour force. And what we're focusing on is asking the question how the agricultural sector, the food industry and rural areas can make the maximum contribution to job creation for people coming into that labour force. And we're focusing on four key areas. We think there needs to be more planning on a territorial basis which acknowledges the links between rural and urban areas. The planning has to be on that basis. We have to get more African countries performing better with their agricultural sector, and that means again better planning, but it also means using digitalization, other modern technology to improve the productivity and output of Africa. We're going to put a particular focus on how the African food industry can increase its value added, can become more competitive, can meet more of the demands which Africa is making. Food demands in Africa are increasing very rapidly, and a lot of that demand is currently being met by imported products. We think Africa's food industry should meet its own continental demand. And then we're finally looking at the issue of how Africa can manage its own natural resources as a basis for a sustainable food industry and as a basis to fight against climate change. So there are four key policy areas that we're looking at, and then in the final chapter we want to look at how Europe can work with Africa to make a particular contribution to deal with the challenges. So just to repeat, our core focus is on creating jobs for rural youth in Africa and how the agricultural food sector and rural areas can maximise that contribution.